actually talk about some earnings candidate. We have Vimal, I believe KEC International's management is joining in with us. This is on the back of some orders that are there. So let's actually bring on board Mr. Vimal Kejriwal, who's MD and CEO at KEC International. Thank you so much, sir, for joining in with us. You've already lowered your order inflow guidance to 22,000 crores from 25,000 crores earlier. Now, with the 14,000 crores YTD order inflow so far, are you confident of adding 8,000 crores order in the 2 months to meet the guidance?
So if you look at our L1 numbers, we are around 7,000 crores of L1 also there in that number. So we do expect that a large part of it will get converted. Plus, there is a tender pipeline, especially on the TBCB side, that's on the power grid and others. And also on the civil side, we have got a few discussions which are going on. So I think we should be reasonably around there. Okay. I don't see a miss by a very large point, but there could be 500 crores here or there. But I think we are pretty okay with that number.
Good afternoon, Mr. Kejriwal. This is Cheryl also joining in the conversation. We know about the transmission and the civil business potential, but if you could talk to us especially about the solar EPC, the business potential that's in store for your company in particular?
So right now we are doing one large project of around 600 megawatt. Today we announced some smaller ones, but there are pretty large numbers. If you look at what government is talking about, is we have now 180 gigawatt. We are talking about 500 gigawatt by 2030. So because of that, a large number of projects are coming up. And I think what has also happened is that we are seeing a relative stability in the whole policy part of it, and also on the duties, etc. Typically, we do not take modules as our supply, and I think the developers have also realized it. So most of the projects which are now coming are without the module, which is the most volatile. So we are clearly seeing large opportunities coming. And also, if you look at the number of players in the EPC side on solar, you can count them on your fingers. There are maybe 4 or 5 of them. So I think there is a huge opportunity which is there and which will continue.
So just in terms of your margins, they've been a bit on the weak side. When do you expect and see the margins improving, especially coming back to the double digits?
So one thing is that in the last 6 quarters, the margins have been improving quarter on quarter. And this quarter, if you look at it year on year, we are up by 160 basis points. My view is that next quarter, that's Q4 also, it will go up. What we had earlier talked about was slightly higher for the year ending, but let's say exit. But now I think we are looking at around 8% or something at the exit. By next year, I think we should be close to 7-8% margin next year. And by exit next year, FY25, we should be at close to double digit or maybe double digit.
Right. So let's talk about the guidance of about 15 to 18% sales growth in FY25-26. Are you still holding that sort of a target coming in the forthcoming year for your growth?
It's a little bit early to say whether we can improve it or not. 15 to 18, I think 15 is what we have guided. In any case, I don't see a major challenge because if you look at our order book today with L1, we're close to 38,000. And unlike many of my competitors, our order book doesn't have, large civil projects which are running into 5 years, 6 years. So typically, our project cycle times are 18 to 24 months or something. So even with this current order book, I think growth is not is the least of my worries today.
Okay, thank you so much, sir, for joining in with us this afternoon on ET Now, giving us an understanding in terms of the order win as well as the outlook in terms of margins going forward as well. But with that, we are absolutely out of time.